Help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Drop a like on the video and share your thoughts in the comments. I read every single one of them. Thank you. I never imagined a simple weekend away would be the thing that cracked my marriage open, but sometimes the tiniest moments expose truths you've been avoiding for years. My name is Rowan. I'm 38. And for most of my life I believed love meant showing up, staying steady, being patient. My wife, Callie, believed love meant having as much room as she wanted, whenever she wanted it. Eventually, the distance between those beliefs grew so wide it swallowed us. It began on a Thursday evening in early spring, one of those soft, warm dusks that make you want to sit next to your partner and talk about everything and nothing at the same time. Instead, Callie was power walking around the living room, tossing clothes into a bag like she was packing for an escape. I leaned against the doorway and watched her zip the bag. "You packed fast," I said, trying to sound casual. She didn't even glance at me. "The girls booked a lake cabin. Last-minute thing." "Last minute?" I asked. "Callie, this is the first I've heard of it." She threw in another sweater with a dramatic eye roll. "Oh my God, Rowan. Not this again. I'm going for 2 days." "2 days? And you didn't ask?" "There it is," she muttered. "You always need me to ask permission. You act like you're my dad." "That's not what I said." "It's what you meant." "It wasn't. Not at all." But with Callie, what she decided I meant always became the version she lived by. She swung the bag over her shoulder and walked toward the door. And then, because she couldn't resist one last jab, she tossed out the sentence that would unravel everything. "If you don't like it, Rowan, then divorce me." Honestly, maybe that would be easier. I went still. It wasn't the sentence itself. It was the casual way she said it, like our marriage was an old t-shirt she could just toss aside. "Callie," I said quietly, "you don't just say something like that." She actually smirked. "Maybe I'm just saying what we both already know. I'll be back Sunday." Then she left. The door closed, and the silence afterward was heavier than anything I'd felt in years. I sat on the couch staring at the wood floor, replaying her words. "Divorce me." Like it was a joke. Like I was the joke. Something shifted inside me that night, not loud, not angry, just done. I wasn't sad. I wasn't furious. I was exhausted. Exhausted from fighting for room in my own relationship. From being steady while she drifted farther away. And for the first time in a long while, I wondered, what if she actually meant it? And what if I swallowed hard? I did too. The next morning I called my sister Juniper. She's the only person who hears the things I can't quite form into sentences. "She told you to divorce her?" she repeated, voice calm. "Yeah." "How did she say it?" "Like she was recommending a new restaurant." Juniper let out a slow exhale. "Rowan, you know you don't deserve that, right?" "I don't even know what I deserve anymore." "Then maybe it's time you start deciding." Her words echoed through the house all day, while I made coffee, while I sat on the porch, while the sun drifted across the sky. The quiet felt less like loneliness and more like clarity. By Saturday night, I wasn't waiting for Callie to come home. I wasn't imagining apologies or explanations. I wasn't inventing excuses for her. Instead, I was reading through the preliminary divorce documents my lawyer friend Milo emailed me after I asked him, calmly and without emotion, "What does the beginning of a divorce look like?" He sent the basics. Nothing final. Just enough to make someone think. On Sunday evening, I printed them and laid them neatly on the dining table. Then I sat and waited, not because I hoped she'd come back, but because I needed to see her reaction when her words stopped being hypothetical. At 8:46 p.m., the door opened. Callie walked in, smelling of lake water and cheap wine, cheeks flushed with laughter that didn't include me. She spotted me and smirked. "Well, look at you. Sitting here like a lonely puppy." I didn't move. Then she saw the papers. The smirk vanished. Her face went stark white. She froze, staring at the table, then at me. Her bravado evaporated in seconds. "Rowan, what is this?" she whispered. "Papers on the table, Callie," I said softly. "Divorce papers." The silence that followed hit harder than any shout could have. For years, I'd hoped she'd finally notice the way she treated me, the neglect, the dismissal. But now, watching her stare at those documents, it was painfully obvious. She had never planned to change. She stepped forward slowly. You're serious?" I nodded. It wasn't triumph. It wasn't spite. It was certainty. "I've been serious for a long time," I said. "You just never noticed? Or didn't care enough to?" She opened her mouth, but nothing came out. Her face flickered between fear, confusion, and disbelief. "You didn't think I had a limit?" I asked quietly. "I did. And this," I gestured to the papers, "is it." She looked like she wanted to laugh it off, like she wanted to charm her way out of it. But she couldn't. Not this time. There was no joke to hide behind. Her fingers trembled as she touched the corner of the papers. I didn't say a word. For once, she had to sit with the consequences of the things she said so easily. She looked between me and the table, eyes darting, searching for some sign I'd pull back. But there was nothing left to pull. "Rowan," she whispered, I didn't think it would go this far." "Neither did I admitted. "But you pushed it there the second you told me to walk away." Her face colored with the faintest hint of panic. She finally saw me, truly saw me, for the first time in who knows how long. And in that moment I realized, this wasn't about hurting her. This was about finally choosing myself. The part of me that had waited, tried, hoped, unseen. I stood, slow and calm. "I'm not angry, Callie," I said. "I'm finished. And that's the difference." She swallowed hard. Panic flickered again. I stepped back, giving her room, letting the truth sink in. Letting her feel the weight of her own words without rescuing her from them. Our marriage, the one that used to feel full of warmth and laughter, was done. And, for the first time in a long time, I felt steady. The room felt different. Heavy and light all at once because the pretending was finally over. I watched her stare at the papers. And for the first time in months, a deep calm washed over me, one that had absolutely nothing to do with her. The weekend ended. The trip ended. And so did the illusion that our marriage could survive on smirks and careless remarks. I didn't need a fight. I didn't need fireworks. I just needed the truth. And now at last I had it.